Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here, this time reviewing on issue 10 of Transformers Energon. Now, as you know, Transformers Energon was Dreamwave's attempt in doing their own version of Energon, and there were plans to do 18 issues, with only 12 being done. The rest were originally drawn and planned, but because of Dreamwave's cancellation, the rest of the issues never happened. So the cover mainly has Starscream getting ready to take on Demolisher, and let's get on the story. It starts off at the sort of Energon plant saying, "What the flag was all that? The only oily end of the crankshaft, that's what." And we kind of see how Demolisher moans and complains that Thrust put him in charge of taking down any Terracons on Cybertron. As soon as he gets in, he has an unhealthy feeling that something's behind him, which it's Starscream, and steals his energy. We kind of see how the humans are running for their lives in Los Angeles, and we kind of see how Landquake, as well as Cliffjumper and that, try to take on whatever they can. And we do see how even Bulkhead has trouble with everything that's going on. But of course, we see him saying, "Those Terracons clones may not exactly be built to withstand much punishment, but they just keep coming." And we kind of see how even Jetfire and that have to take them down from the sky, the more flyer ones. And we do see how Red and Alexis get away into a car and head to a sort of rendezvous point, where Carlos gives them the kind of intel on what's been happening with the Predacons. And of course, they manage to kind of get through to the escape route and down to kind of the other place. And of course, we do see how they're going to get to the rendezvous point with Carlos and Nat getting a ship ready for them. And we also see how in Canada, where Ironhide, Overhaul, and Dropshot are sent to kind of protect the sort of power-like area. And of course, we also see how back on Cybertron, Scorponok is kind of looking on with all the terror that he's unleashing. And we see how Megatron says, "Optimus Prime, I'm waiting." Where could he have gone? He should have reached the sensory relay by now. 10 long years I've been trapped in here. 10 long years as a embodiment figment of Unicron's subconscious, and I want out. And of course, we see how Optimus is still tied up and all that. And we see how Optimus decides to kind of help Megatron, but also break away the wiring and lets out the sort of energy-like core. We see how back at Earth in the Black Sea, where Mirage and that are gloating with Strongon being defeated, then they see Sharktacon, who is blasted from his stomach hold by Kicker, who points out that he managed to get to an energon well where Sharktacon was. And we see how Alpha Quintesson is also talking with Avalon and pointing out how they're gonna get back their rightful place and pretty much move forward with their plan. We see how back at Earth, we see how Thrust, as well as Red Alert, also Beachcomber, Rodimus, and Hoist have to deal with the ones from the sky. And of course, Beachcomber tries to make a joke, with Red Alert saying, "Beachcomber, this is pitiful enough as it is without you pitching in. Hey, I am in to please." And of course, they kind of see that they have to kind of deal with the flyers, but take in different directions on to deal with what they have. And of course, we see how Hotshots lets Jetfire know something's appearing from the sky. And of course, even Thrust sees this as well, which pretty much Hotshot sees to his shock and horror, it's Megatron in his energon-like body. And this is the story. And of course, the ending point with Starscream taking Demolisher's energy and saying, "What shall I do next?" And this is pretty much the story. So I think issue 10, alright, but kind of setting up to a bigger event by what Simon Furman was trying to do. I know one of the planned issues was meant to have Demolisher in his upgraded Energon look. I also know as well that there was meant to be a bit more leading up to the events of what we would have gotten, the Dreamwave version of Cybertron. And it did seem like Simon Furman and the team were trying to really make this work, but yeah, because of Pat Lee's reckless spending and bad decisions, got the series cancelled. So I think this issue definitely deserves a thumbs in the middle. It's alright, but again, it's pacing itself. It's not going to be perfect. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.